Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you spent literally any time scrolling online lately, you've definitely been targeted by it. The ultimate dream of financial independence. Today, we're going to decode the visual language of modern retail investing and figure out exactly how this wealth fantasy is sold to us.
It really begs the question, what does financial freedom actually look like in the digital age? I mean, decades ago, maybe you'd picture a gold watch at retirement, a massive suburban house, or, holding a literal physical certificate of stock. But today, the imagery is totally shifted. It's lightning fast, it's digital, and it lives right in our pockets. We're setting the stakes here because, honestly, the way we picture success absolutely dictates how we go after it.
All right, Section 1, the modern investing fantasy. We're going to treat a seemingly simple illustration as a rich cultural artifact.
Now, at first glance, this just looks like a clean, friendly illustration of a guy hanging out with a tablet and some cash. But zoom in a bit. This perfectly captures the idealized, modern retail investor. Literally every single element you're seeing here was chosen deliberately to push a very specific, highly idealized narrative about what investing today actually feels like.
So to really unpack this, we're going to do a spatial pan right across the image, moving from left to right, basically from the digital cause on the left to the physical effect on the right.
Moving into Section 2, the everyman persona. This guy is the absolute anchor of our image. Check out the specific wardrobe choices here. We've got an unbuttoned, casual blue overshirt tossed over a plain white tee, a modern smartwatch, and this super relaxed, confident smile. This definitely isn't high fashion, right? It's accessible. It creates this totally non-intimidating, everyday appeal. He just looks like a guy you'd bump into at a local coffee shop or a tech startup, just completely at ease.
Notice what's missing. There are no stiff pinstripe suits or chaotic Wall Street trading floors. In the modern wealth fantasy, the gatekeepers are totally gone. Financial success isn't pitched as some exclusive country club for the elite anymore. The visual message is loud and clear. Profound financial growth is accessible to anyone, right from the comfort of their own couch.
Okay, Section 3, decoding the digital interface. Let's actually look at the mechanism of this financial fantasy. Central to all of this is the upward trend. Look at those sharp green and blue arrows pointing aggressively up and to the right. Notice anything missing? There are absolutely no dips, no market corrections, no scary red lines of loss. It is a pure, distilled symbol of uninterrupted, aggressive growth. It visually promises you that the only possible direction is up.
And right alongside that aggressive upward chart, we see floating digital gold coins hovering directly on the screen. We've also got both the dollar and euro symbols flanking those trend lines, so the screen isn't just displaying boring data, it's displaying wealth itself. It's almost like the money is literally trapped behind the glass, just waiting to burst out.
But here's something to think about. Why prominently feature both dollars and euros? Why not just stick to one currency if this is for a general audience? Well, it's a very deliberate artistic choice, and it adds a whole other layer to this fantasy.
The answer? Global, borderless opportunity. By showing dual currency symbols, the image is telling us that the user has the entire global financial market right at their fingertips. Our everyman isn't boxed in by geography. Through this little digital interface, he's commanding international markets. It makes the scale of the opportunity feel just massive, literally unlimited. Which brings us to Section 4, tangible rewards, the payout. Because what does all this digital tapping actually lead to? Here is the physical manifestation of that digital trend. We've got thick stacks of cash, floating green bills, and actual gold coins just tumbling through the air directly into a very receptive open palm. I mean, it's a beautifully absurd level of abundance. But wait, stop and really think about this for a second. Why use old-school gold coins and paper cash instead of just showing a massive digital bank balance on another screen? If the mechanism generating the wealth is a high-tech tablet, why on earth is a reward so decidedly low-tech and traditional? It's simply because physical wealth feels viscerally real. Even in our hyper-digitized world where, let's face it, most of our money only exists as ones and zeros on some server, human psychology hasn't quite caught up yet. Our primate brains still associate true success and ultimate security with tangible physical things, like the heavy gleam of gold and the thick texture of stacked bills. The image is hijacking that deep-seated psychological trigger to make the fantasy totally irresistible.
All right, final section, part 5, bridging the digital and physical. Look at the direct contrast going on here.
On the left side, you have the digital interface, all data and strategy. But on the right, you have the physical payout, real gold and cold hard cash. The visual argument they're making is that the left side instantly, and I mean instantly, creates the right side.
And how exactly does that happen? Well, the character is the conduit. That confident, smiling everyman standing right there in the center is the essential bridge. His totally relaxed posture suggests that turning digital data into real-world fortune doesn't require sweat or stress or years of grinding. It literally just requires him to participate. He taps the screen and boom, money materializes in his other hand.
Ultimately, the image is selling us this core promise. With a few confident taps on a screen, abstract digital numbers effortlessly transform into tangible physical fortune. That right there is the absolute core of the digital wealth fantasy. It's promising maximum reward for minimum physical friction.
So, let's take a look at the complete image one last time. Kinda hits differently now, doesn't it? We aren't just looking at a simple cartoon anymore. We're looking at a carefully constructed machine, specifically designed to appeal to our deep desires for accessibility, control, and tangible reward. We see the whole journey from digital cause to physical effect, all mediated by this incredibly relatable persona.
Which leaves us with one final, absolutely crucial question to ponder as we navigate today's financial landscape. When we see these images, when we download these slick apps, and when we make our financial moves, are we actually investing in the data, or are we just investing in the fantasy? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning the visuals around you, and I'll catch you next time.